At 10, Fox 30 Action News Jax begins with First Alert Weather.
And more rain pushing across our area. A live look at a very active Doppler, First Alert Doppler HD, showing steady rain moving across northeast Florida. Those storms not expected to be fully out of our area until about 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm John Bachman.
And I'm Tanika Hughes. Let's bring in First Alert meteorologist Garrett Biedenbach. Garrett, you are tracking a drier morning commute.
Yeah, thankfully we'll have at least some damp roadways likely still. Here's First Alert Doppler HD, guys. You can see right here as we look and scan the skies for you here this evening. We have that rain here now ending it for you in Lake City, but we are tracking even some severe weather to our south earlier this evening, and that's where we'll see the potential for a stronger thunderstorm, maybe even southern Putnam County. That'd be the spot to look. But other than that, I think we're looking good in terms of the severe threat for northeast Florida. But central Florida, we're still seeing the potential for some thunderstorms down towards Orlando. Had a confirmed tornado north of Orlando earlier this evening. Here's the showers on 5 Sweet First Alert Doppler HD. Even some locally heavy showers. Green Cove Springs, Penny Farms crossing the Shands Bridge and Anacostia by about 10:09. And a live look from Riverside on the Action News Jax First Alert Skycam network. We're tracking the raindrops on the lens there. 63 degrees, and hour by hour again ending the rain this evening. An isolated shower for the morning commute. We are going to be timing out some more rain, though, and some potentially strong thunderstorms tomorrow. That's coming up in your Action News Jax First Alert 7-day forecast.
Standardized testing for students in Florida will soon be changing. Governor Ron DeSantis signed a bill today that eliminates the Florida Standards Assessments, or FSA. Action News Jax Kristen Rary is on the south side for us tonight, and Kristen, students will still be taking the FSA this school year.
Yeah, the new legislation doesn't come into effect until next year, over the summer specifically, which means over the break, parents will still be looking out for those final results.
Today, the sit-in unanimously passed a measure that would make daylight saving time permanent across the U.S. So that means if it's fully approved, these later evening sunsets will be here to stay. Florida Senator Marco Rubio delivered a speech before the measure passed, saying that there are more pros than cons to making this change happen.
Reduce crime as there's light later in the day. We've seen decreases in child obesity, a decrease in seasonal depression that many feel during standard time. And then the practical one, and then one that I've witnessed with my own eyes. In many parts of this country, understand we're a country we desperately want our kids to be outside, to be playing, to be doing sports, not just to be sitting in front of a TV or a computer terminal or playing video games all day.
Now, if this measure sounds familiar, it's because it is. Action News Jax has reported on multiple efforts in the past to stop changing clocks. It has passed the Florida legislature before, but it always stalls in Congress. The bill, again sponsored by Marco Rubio, does have bipartisan backing. It must still pass the House, and then it will head to President Biden's desk. The White House has not said if he will sign it.
Nassau County's attorney will resign after a criminal investigation. The state attorney's office released a 10-page memo detailing how it claims Mike Mullen violated public records laws. Action News Jax Robert Grant joins us live in Yulee tonight. Robert, this all stems from a dispute between the county government and a local developer.
Yeah, John, that developer, Radiant, and Nassau County disagreed on who should pay for parks and recreation facilities at a 24,000-acre development, including, in part, wildlife that you see here behind me. The state investigation revealed that the county attorney allowed text messages about that dispute to be deleted.
On to at 10, a fourth COVID-19 shot for people over 65 could be available soon. Pfizer and BioNTech submitted an application for emergency use authorization from the Food and Drug Administration for a second booster shot Tuesday. Pfizer says it is continuing to collect data and talk with health officials about a vaccine strategy and whether a fourth dose will be needed. The Senate has approved to end the mask mandate for people who travel on airplanes, trains, and buses. This comes just after the TSA extended the mandate on public transportation and in airports for another month. Senator Rand Paul is leading this effort. As of right now, the TSA mask mandate will continue until April 18th. Although the mandate passed the Senate, it is not expected to pass in the House.
Action News Jax asked our medical expert, Dr. Michelle Aquino, if she thinks it's safe to stop wearing masks on planes and other forms of public transportation. She's been practicing medicine for decades and working with COVID patients over 2 years now. We want to know what you think. Do you think it's time to stop wearing masks on public transportation? Right now, 73% of you say no. Join the conversation by going to actionnewsjax.com/vote.
The Naval Air Station Jacksonville flight crew rescued an 81-year-old pilot who had to make an emergency landing Monday due to a mechanical issue. These are photos from that rescue, and today Action News Jax learned the pilot, Jim Goolsby, has been in a similar situation before. Action News Jax told you in 2019 when he was hurt in a plane crash, Goolsby said he still wants to fly. Tonight, only Action News Jax Ben Ryan spoke with him. He says he doesn't plan to stop just yet.
For roughly 55 years.
And I'm timing out hour by hour for you when we expect to see another round of some rain and thunderstorms tomorrow. Updating the timing for that in your hour by hour First Alert forecast.
Coming up, more local coverage you can count on. First,
hackers using QR codes to get access to your personal information. Our consumer advisor Clark Howard explains how they do it and how to protect yourself.
then,
Plus, it's an allergy sufferer's worst nightmare, a longer allergy season. The study showing why plants are expected to pollinate much earlier and for a longer period of time.
more local stories straight ahead. Next on Action News Jax.
Tanika's Books for Kids is back for year 5. And you know what we want. Books for babies.
Books for teens. And books for all the kids in between.
Donate new books now through March 19th by scanning the QR code on your screen. Or you can drop them off at any Jacksonville Public Library branch. Shop local and donate at these local bookstores or at our participating family-focused partner locations. Visit actionnewsjax.com. Click on the Tanika's Books for Kids logo for more information.
Fox 30 Action News Jax. Local coverage you can count on.
The First Alert 7-day forecast. On air, online, and on the go. Brought to you by ViStar. ViStar Credit Union offers members better rates and donates millions to nonprofits. ViStar Credit Union. Do good. Bank better.
Today is Equal Pay Day, a day to raise awareness about the gender pay gap.
In 2020, the average woman earned 83 cents for every dollar earned by a male colleague doing the same work, according to the White House. And this happens despite legal protections both federally and in 49 states.
Let's give you a live look right now. Downtown Jacksonville, well, with the rain coming down, you can hardly make out the skyline, but you can see the orange there. That's the Acosta Bridge. GA working to bring attention to National Multiple Sclerosis Awareness Week. So the bridge is orange. It'll change to green on Thursday for St. Patrick's Day, but it'll go back to orange on Friday. A new study suggests allergy season is getting worse, and it's because of climate change. Wind-driven pollen is closely tied to temperature and precipitation changes. So seasons get warmer earlier, plants could pollinate much earlier and for a longer period of time. The research found that by the end of this century, pollen season in the U.S. could begin 40 days earlier than now, and the pollen count could climb by 250%.
Now, Action News Jax First Alert weather.
A live look from St. Augustine on the Action News Jax First Alert Skycam Network. St. Johns County, we're in the 60s. Got some showers still for you. And the morning commute a lot drier, though a few isolated showers still possible throughout the morning, but it's not widespread. We're in the 60s and mid 60s, 9 a.m. and low 70s here pretty quickly by mid to late morning. Now, 5-Speed First Alert Doppler HD tracking some showers now ending for you for the most part there in Lake City. An isolated shower possible to redevelop overnight, but the bulk of this shield of rain will be exiting to the east. Severe weather to our south here at times. We've had some wind reports, also some confirmed tornado north of Orlando, but we're a little bit more stable in terms of the atmospheric setup here locally. That's at least some good news. The only spot I'm tracking here, potentially one of those spots, say down in southern Putnam County, Crescent City. We'll watch this and see if this little area of rain can produce a gusty wind, but all in all, it's mainly just some heavy downpours here. There's Palatka, Interlochen there, about 0.4 of an inch per hour rainfall rate. So a good steady soaking rain up to Penny Farms, Green Cove Springs, Stark, and also into almost Nocatee, Ponte Vedra, steady shower, but light to moderate showers. And you can see now almost ending in Jacksonville. But again, an isolated shower could redevelop as we head into this evening. The back edge of this should make it to South Ponte Vedra Beach near and after midnight. But again, that's mainly rain and it's dry at the moment in southeast Georgia. We'll be in the mid 70s tomorrow, mid to upper 70s St. Patrick's Day. Boys and Jax First Alert 7-day forecast. 77 Thursday, a storm late in the day. Friday, much of the daytime is dry, about 80. Then 70s for your weekend. Another frontal boundary gets us a few showers on Saturday. Dry for Sunday for the first day of astronomical spring, in fact, and then upper 70s by Tuesday. You can always get this forecast anytime right there, actionnewsjax.com.
Coming up tonight at 10, we all know about inflation, and now we are telling you about shrinkflation, how snack companies are trying to keep the same price of your.
Next, a citywide push to improve reading skills of local kids. All new at 10, we explain Jacksonville's newest campaign aimed at your child's education.
Action News Jax at 10 is brought to you in part by Farah and Farah. Here for you. Here for good. Action News Jax investigates, uncovers next on Fox 30.
There's a community-wide push to help local students, particularly third graders, improve their reading skills. Next week is Celebrate Reading Week across Jacksonville, and it includes a campaign called Read Jax. Mayor Curry, DCPS Superintendent Dr. Diana Green, and several organizations have joined forces to make sure that children are reading at their grade level in Duval County. Research compiled into the Florida Gap Map showed more than 60 elementary schools in Duval County had third grade reading scores lower than 50, which means that less than half the students in the school were reading at their grade level. Author Ty Allen Jackson will be in town to help kick off the Read Jax campaign, and I spoke to him about why it's so important to make sure kids have strong literacy skills.
I don't think there's anything outside of love more important that we can instill in our children than the power of reading. It is literally the panacea for most of the things that ail our country, from high unemployment to teen pregnancy to drug use. It's all directly connected to illiteracy. Not to mention, reading is just the most fun form of entertainment there is. There are so many amazing byproducts of the power of reading.
To find out more information or get tickets to the Read Jax Kickoff Luncheon, and that's on March 23rd. You can look for this story on actionnewsjax.com. And remember, Action News Jax and our family focus partners are helping to get books to local children. We want kids to read. And so you can scan this QR code to order books from Amazon. You can also drop off books at any branch of the library and at our family focus partners and at 2 local bookstores. Go to actionnewsjax.com for all the ways to give. Let's finish this week strong.
From the Action News Jax First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Garrett Bedenbaugh, timing out multiple rounds of rain and some thunderstorms when we see some dry days. That's coming up in your Action News Jax First Alert 7-day forecast.
A years-long fight finally seeing results for rape victims.
I saw a system that had failed me at every level.
Tonight, we introduce you to a survivor who fought for national change. And Ukraine refugees could arrive in Jacksonville as early as tomorrow. We go to a local church to see how they're preparing to give them a home away from home.
The war in Ukraine has taken another hit on innocent people. New video from Kyiv shows the destruction to an apartment building after it was hit by several bombs. There are reports that people were killed, but an exact number yet to be determined. The attack happened early this morning, prompted a 35-hour curfew across the city that will lift at 7 o'clock on Thursday morning, local time. Now, in the last 3 hours, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky announced that he will address members of the U.S. Congress tomorrow morning.
And the virtual address will happen at 9 a.m. And during that same address, President Biden is expected to announce new military assistance for Ukraine. Let's get you the latest for tonight. Today, U.S. President Joe Biden, of course, signed a bill into law that approved emergency package with $13.6 billion in humanitarian, defensive, and economic assistance to Ukraine. According to Ukraine's deputy prime minister, nearly 29,000 people were evacuated through evacuation corridors today. As Action News Jax Stephanie Bennett tells us, a local church is preparing to take in several dozen refugees, with some people arriving as soon as tomorrow. President Biden has talked about welcoming refugees from Ukraine with open arms, but immigration policy experts tell CBS News it's likely the U.S. won't take in large numbers of refugees in the future. And here's a look at where most of the refugees have gone. The UN says that 1.7 million gone to Poland, nearly 300,000 to Moldova, 175,000 to Romania, and more than 120,000 to Germany. If you want to help people, there are several nonprofit organizations you can donate to, and we put a full list on our free mobile app. Just search Action News Jax in the App Store. And be sure to watch President Zelensky's address with the U.S. Congress tomorrow morning. Action News Jax will bring it to you live on CBS 47 and Fox 30 at 9 a.m.
It is known as the second fastest growing county in Florida, and now a boost of more than $54 million in funding could be on the way to bring relief in St. Johns County. That's if the state's $112 billion budget is approved by the governor. It's in its entirety. Action News Jack's Kennedy Dendy breaks down where that money would actually go.
Columbia High School was evacuated today after police say someone found a suspicious bag on campus. The sheriff's office says students were evacuated to the fairgrounds as a precaution. We did reach out to the sheriff's office and the school about the bag. We are still waiting to hear back. Jacksonville police have released a mugshot for a woman who set fire to a West Side apartment, they say, forcing that entire building to be displaced. According to an arrest report, Tyler Allen says she saw a demon. She also admitted that she had missed her last psych appointment and was not taking her medication. Action News Jax reported on the arson yesterday at the Jacksonville Heights apartments. No one was hurt.
A years-long fight for better access to care for rape victims is now law. Today, President Biden signed the Violence Against Women Act, which includes provisions of a bipartisan bill for victims of sexual assault. All new at 10, we introduce you to a survivor who fought for national change. You see them all over the place. QR codes you scan to see menus, even store hours some places. We offer them here at Action News Jax. Well, Consumer Advisor Clark Howard explains why you want to be careful where you use that feature. With a federal anti-lynching act about to become law, some Georgia lawmakers are pushing for even more help to solve cold cases. Ahead at 11, what they want to create to help victims of families whose killers were never caught.
But first, next at 10, a common business model that lets you work from anywhere might not bring home as much money as you hope. The things experts say you need to watch out for if you're working with multi-level marketing companies.
I'm tracking some rain right now, but I'm timing out if we see any rain for St. Patrick's Day this week. That's coming up in your Action News Jax First Alert 7-day forecast.
Action News Jax this morning is giving away a family 4-pack to Shamrock the Park at Wild Adventures Theme Park. Celebrate with thrilling rides, amazing animals, and live music. Just watch us Thursday morning, then register at actionnewsjax.com. I'm Dawn Lopez. Colon cancer is one of the most deadly cancers for both men and women, yet it's one of the few that can be prevented.
Action News Jax is partnering with Borland Groover for the March to Get Screened 5K, March 27th. Sign up at marchtoGetScreened.com.
Federal regulators say complaints against multi-level marketing companies jumped during the pandemic as more people looked for new ways to work from home.
And multi-level marketing is a controversial business model where people make money. They make more money by recruiting people to sell the products. Action News Jax Chandler Morgan explains how to tell an MLM from a pyramid schemes.
Jumbo Shrimp will host their final job fair tomorrow. They are looking for seasonal employees interested in working game days. There are more than 20 positions available, from ticket sales and kid zone attendants to merchandise store employees and bat boys. The job fair will be from 4 to 7 tomorrow at the ballpark. You've heard of inflation. Well, get ready for shrinkflation. New reports from multiple snack companies show shoppers may be getting less of their favorite chips and crackers in their packaging. One culprit, Doritos, the brand reportedly reducing their bags to 9.25 ounces from the original 9.75. That's about 5 fewer chips per bag. Reducing the amount of product is one way companies are trying to keep prices the same during inflation. Other brands reportedly falling victim to shrinkflation are Wheat Thins, M&M's, and Gatorade.
Starbucks is planning to phase out cups in hopes to get more people to go green. Even though the iconic cups are recyclable, the company says people still throw them in the trash. So here's their plan. By 2025, the company wants every customer to be able to either use their own mug or borrow a reusable to-go mug from their local Starbucks. Now, that doesn't mean the paper and plastic cups will go away for good, but you can expect to see Starbucks pushing a new Borrow a Cup program.
Now, Action News Jax First Alert weather.
First Alert Doppler HD still tracking some heavy rain in spots. Beginning to die down in Lake City, and we're dry up in southeast Georgia. But you can see here, especially to the south of us, another tornado warning southeast of Orlando here at the moment. Now, for us, this severe weather is going to stay to the south. We're a little bit more stable with our atmosphere here. And what that means is we don't have a lot of juice in the atmosphere and things going on that are conducive for severe weather. So right now we're seeing just that steady, moderate to heavy rain. Palatka over to Interlaken, nearly an inch per hour or a half-inch per hour rainfall rates there in Putnam County, over to Keystone Heights, Penny Farms, Green Cove Springs. So some steady rain extending over into even northern St. Johns County there. You can see, say, Durbin, also into Nocatee and over into Ponte Vedra Beach, South Ponte Vedra Beach. We're seeing these showers, even pushing in now to St. Augustine. You can see there, and St. Augustine Shores. Butler, Crescent Beach, we're seeing some of those showers too for you, but you'll be seeing some heavy rain before it moves off later this evening, so after midnight to about 2 a.m. But tomorrow, hour by hour, got the 70s temperature-wise. We will see on and off scattered showers and thunderstorms, another day of that, but at least we are drying out into St. Patrick's Day on your Thursday. Your Action News Jax First Alert 7-day forecast with, of course, your weekend always in view. We are in the mid to upper 70s for Thursday as we track your St. Patrick's Day hour by hour forecast. 60s in the morning, 1 o'clock, 72 degrees. We'll top out in the mid to upper 70s, then low 70s, even still by 7 p.m. Hey, let's track your weekend hour by hour. A few showers for your Saturday, mid 70s by lunchtime Saturday. Looking dry for Sunday. But again, your 7-day forecast extending Monday and Tuesday, mid to upper 70s to near 80 degrees. You can always track this forecast anytime right there at actionnewsjax.com.
Nassau County's attorney will resign after a criminal investigation into violating public records laws. Why this isn't the first time the Florida bar has investigated him. Governor DeSantis announced today that he is ending FSA tests for public schools. Why this is a historic move across the country and how this will impact school rankings in the next few years.
Get your weather and traffic every 10 minutes on Action News Jax This Morning.
It's the best local sports show in Jacksonville. This is Action Sports Jax, powered by Safe Touch Security.
It just doesn't feel the same. So if this team can definitely show that they're going in the right direction, you know, I'm all ears, but I definitely want to win.
You know, we spoke with DJ Chark a couple months ago, and in listening to even that little clip, you kind of got the sense his days as a Jaguar coming to an end, just a matter of time. And that news becomes sort of official this morning. It'll become real official tomorrow. Chark agreeing to a one-year, $10 million deal with the Lions, up to $12 million with incentives. It's sort of a prove-it deal, right? Because he missed most of the past season with a fractured ankle. No deals become official until the new league year begins on Wednesday. But nonetheless, it's another Jaguars draft pick on his way out of the River City, and he's not the only one. Big news on the football front down in St. Johns County, Northeast Florida's oldest high school football rivalry. St. Augustine and Palatka has seemingly come to an end. These two teams have played every regular season since 1922. In an attempt to preserve some of the history, they're going to square off in a preseason kickoff classic. That'll do it for sports.
And at least it's drying out in Duval County right now, guys. We are seeing some to the south, though, some rain still, and heavy downpours, actually, here on First Alert Doppler HD. When the rain ends, when it picks up again. Coming up next.
Very much. We have much more coming up on Fox 30 and CBS 47.